Then roll number, after roll number 54, the next person who's there is
Ma'am, roll number 54 present.
Shoboshachi present. Roll number 7, Shoboshachi present. Hello? Is Shoboshachi there on the call? Roll number 7. Okay, roll number 44, Oritra Mondol. Roll number 44.
Yes, ma'am. Present. Present, ma'am. Roll number 44.
Roll number 49, Shreya Chatterjee.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Roll number 45, Gaurav.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Roll number 2, Anis Hakim. Roll number 2, Anis. Roll number 49, roll number 44, Aritra Mondol.
Yes, ma'am. Present. Oritra Mondol, roll number 44 present.
Roll number twice. That is why. Gaurav Gupta, roll number 45.
Yes, ma'am, 35.
Yes, ma'am, 45 present.
Roll number 35, Shoaib Akhtar.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Roll number 13, Rathin Goren. Rathin, roll number 13. Roll number 21, Baki.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 33, Kendu.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 9, also there.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Roll number 29, Millie. Number 29, Millie. Roll number 37, Krish. Roll number 37, Krish Gupta. Roll number 5, Krish. Roll number 43, Orko Layak.
Yes, ma'am, present.
Roll number 38, Aditya Arya. 38, Arya. Roll number 23, Prisham Mitra.
Yes, ma'am, present. Ma'am.
Roll number 26, Ayan Kormokar. Roll number 26, Ayan Kormokar. What?
38, Aditya.
Roll number 16, Vivek. Roll number 16, Vivek. Roll number 22, Shashi Verma.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 20, Shibotosh Kormokar. Roll number 20.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Roll
ma'am.
number 29, Ashish Patel.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 27, Priyanshu Ranjan. Roll number 27, Priyanshu Ranjan. Roll number 42,
Yes, ma'am.
Chakra.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 30, Ritesh Shaw.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 24, Manish Kumar.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 19, Anurag.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 17, Afzal Ansari.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 10, Mitesh Shah. Mitesh. Roll number 25, Riju Roy.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 48, Shupriyo. Roll number 48, Shupriyo Kundu. Roll number 56, Nikhil Vishwakarma.
Hello, ma'am. Roll number 48, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Okay. These are the roll numbers of the students, those who have given or those who have rather updated their roll numbers. Okay, in the inbox, as I instructed, they have given their roll number. Now, in between the call, if anybody is joining late, then in between the call, Millie, please keep a track and don't note down any roll number who joins the call maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes late. If somebody is joining the call 5 minutes, 7 minutes, or maximum 10 minutes after I start with the class, if somebody is joining 5 minutes late, you can take her roll number. If somebody is joining 20 minutes or 25 minutes late and say that I don't have net and all this, don't entertain that and don't take down their attendance. Let them be marked absent for the day. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so right now I will start with a new topic. We will all, as I told you, this week we will start with the new topic, which is called writing skill. Okay. In between, as I told you beforehand, you are all supposed to keep your copies, with you, so that I can also give you while giving the lecture. I want to give you certain notes as well, so that you can jot it down. Because while giving the notes, I will be explaining you. I think that will be much more productive for you, because you will listen as well as you write. Because since it's writing skill, I would prefer you to write along with the lecture, because let us start something or let us do something within the call as we used to do in the classroom. That is why today beforehand I did not send you any PDF, because I want you to understand the concept of writing on call while writing the notes along with the lecture and along with the explanation. Okay. So give the heading as definition. Today, since it's the first class, what we will do is today we will be discussing about two aspects of writing skill, that is definition and characteristics. Okay, we will be discussing about these two aspects, and if time permits, I will start with the importance of writing as well. But writing skill is a vast topic. Then we have various styles of writing, various nature of writing. We will be discussing that within 1 or 2 weeks, like within next week we might discuss about that as well. Okay. So first, what is writing? You need to understand what is meant by writing. Take this down. First, write it in this manner. Newnan, N-U-N-A-N, Newnan, name of the person, okay, who propagated this theory. Newnan states that writing is an intellectual activity. Writing is an intellectual activity of finding the ideas and thinking about, the way to express and arrange them, into a statement and paragraph that is clear to be understood by the people. Full stop. It indicates that the writers are demanded to show the thoughts. Writers are demanded to show the thoughts and organize them into a good composition. Full stop. Writing is considered to be an active creation of text. After full stop, right? Writing is considered as an active creation of text, which involves systematic integration of ideas, where at one hand transcription skills such as handwriting, comma, punctuation and spelling is necessary. Whereas, on the other hand, self-regulated thinking such as planning, comma, sequencing and expressing the content becomes an important factor. Full stop. Now write down, according to White and Arnold. According to White, just write down according to White, W-H-I-T, White. It's the name of a famous person. So W will be in capital. So it's a proper noun. According to White, writing is a thinking process which demands intellectual effort. Writing is a thinking process which demands intellectual effort, and it involves generating ideas, comma, planning, comma, goal setting, comma, monitoring, comma, evaluating what is going to be written, as well as what has been written, and using language for expressing exact meaning, full stop. It means that writing consists of some stages. That should be done by the writer. In conveying the message of writing. Writing, now give bullet marks and write. Give bullets and write. Writing, bullet number one. Writing is a physical and mental act. Bullet number two. It is about discovering ideas, thinking about how to communicate. Let's see. Writing is about developing statements and paragraphs sequentially and systematically sequentially and systematically so that it is comprehensible for the readers. So that it is comprehensible for the readers. Full stop. Now the next bullet number 3 or 4 or 5, I think. Writing has dual purpose, both to impress and express. Writing has dual purpose, both to express and impress. Write it. Writing has dual purpose, both to express and impress. Full stop. Writers must select the most advantageous medium. Writers must select the most advantageous medium for their writing. Full stop. Next bullet. Writing is a process and also a product. Writing is a process and also a product. Full stop. Next bullet point. The writer plans, creates, write various drafts. The writer plans, creates, write various drafts, revises, edits, and then publishes, so that when the readers get the end product, they are able to comprehend it better and are able to relate with the writer's thought, and are able to relate with the writer's thought in return being impressed by the piece of writing. In return being impressed by the piece of writing. Full stop. Now, the notes which I had given you right now, this is basically what is writing skill. It talks about what is writing skill. After this, I will discuss about characteristics of good writing skill. But first, let us understand what we wrote just now. Okay. Now, if you see the notes which is there in front of you, you will see that the whole topic of writing skill, the initial introductory topic of writing skill and the definition, it is standing on 3 main pillars. Okay. What are these 3 main pillars? The first pillar says that writing is a physical and mental act. Okay. What does that mean? Very simple. If you judge it in a very simple and try to understand it in a very simple manner, it basically says that writing has 2 aspects. The first aspect is physical involvement, and the second aspect is your mind, which is involved. How? Physical involvement means while you are writing, you are using your fingers, you are using your hands, you are using your shoulder, with which your hand is attached. You are using your eyes to look at the paper on which you are writing. Okay. So physical means your body is into action when you are in the process of writing. So we call writing a physical act. At the same time, when you are writing, you are using your mind, you're using your brain, you are using your central nervous system, your gray matter, to think, to imagine, to put words properly in place, to systematically place the words in order. You are not going to write a jumbled sentence when you are presenting, when you are doing good writing, you are not presenting a good writing in the form of jumbled sentences. How you are going to write? You are going to write using grammatically correct sentences. That is why when you were taught in school, even when we taught you, like in your theory classes, I'm sure you have been already taught this. We started with sentences. Why do we always start with sentences? Why? Because we want the person who is studying English, we want that person to know how to develop a correct sentence. Similarly, a writer, when you are into writing skill, when you are trying to use the skill, the methodology of writing, you need to know that my mind should be completely focused completely into action when I am writing something, because I need to put words and sentences and paragraphs and statements in proper order systematically to give it proper meaning, so that when the reader is going to read it, the reader is going to find it interesting, the reader is going to find it comprehensible. Comprehensible means understandable. The reader can understand what I have written. If I say, Ram hungry, eat fruit, afternoon, when was he? If I say a sentence, this is also a sentence. This is not a you can't say it's not a sentence. I have used verbs, I have used pronouns, I have used prepositions, I have used noun, everything I have used in the sentence. Grammatically, this is also a sentence. But you cannot call it a proper sentence based on writing patterns, because they are not properly, grammatically, correctly placed based on the meaning of the sentence. I should have said that Ram eats fruit Ram eats fruit when he is hungry in the afternoon. If I say the sentence in this manner, then it will be comprehensible to the person who is listening to me, comprehensible to the reader who is going to read my sentence. Yeah? So this was the first pillar. When we discussed about definitions, this was our first pillar of understanding, the first pillar which says what is writing. Now the second pillar of writing skill is called, it is a dual purpose. It has both the purposes of expressing and impressing. This is the second pillar. What does it say? I will give you a very simple example, a real life example with which you can all relate. Even I can relate to it, because I am also in the profession where you people are involved with me. In the examination hall, when you appear for any examination, supposedly when you are writing a paper, for example, let us take HU paper, you are writing for, and we have given you a topic of writing skill. We have given you a paragraph to write in your HU paper. Okay? What do people do? You people tend to think before you write. You tend to think. You take 1 minute, 5 minutes to think. What do you think? You think, you imagine, you try to recapitulate, you use your own ideas, your creative sense. You think that if this is the topic, I can write the topic, I can start the topic in this manner. Then in the second paragraph, in the body of the paragraph, I will be writing these points and I will be elaborating them. Why do you do that? You do this for two basic purposes. First purpose is you basically write whatever you have known or learned or heard or have seen all these years. You basically, whenever you are writing something, you basically pen down your own experience over the years, your experience of learning, your experience of practical sense. If we give you a paragraph to write on road accident, it does not mean that you have come across an accident or you met with an accident. It does not have to be like that. If we give you a topic, you can write it automatically, even though you might not have experienced any accident in your life till date. But you have heard various people talking about their accident experiences. You have seen movies where you have seen horrible sights of car crashing. These things, you have seen movies. So what happens is you basically write down from whatever experience you have gathered, from whatever things you have seen, from whatever things you have learned, all these years, whatever is there stored in your memory, you use that and you write. This is your expression. Okay. The second pillar's first part is express, second part is impress. Now, your effort or your aim while writing is always that I will use the best possible word. I will use as much as possible lesser number of grammatical errors. I will try to make lesser number of grammatical errors, and I will try to use as much as proper spelling when I'm writing. These are the three things every student try to at least abide by. Why? Your aim is to impress the teacher, because you want the reader, because teachers are, at that time when you are writing, we become your readers, basically. We read. So the teachers, the readers, your readers feel good after reading your answers. They don't feel disappointed. Your aim is basically not only expressing what you learn, your aim is also to. So that is why you draw margin, you write it with neat handwriting. When you appeared for your board's examination, just try to recapitulate. You were very cautious and careful about underlining important sentences so that the examiner, when he or she is correcting the paper, his attention gets drawn to the main highlights of your answer so that you can fetch more marks. So your aim, the second aim or the second pillar of writing skill is to express and impress. Okay, where in each type different level is obtained by the writers to make their writing more evolved, more beautiful. The third pillar of writing skill is called writing is a process as well as the product. That is your third pillar of writing. What does this mean? Basically, this means that writing is basically a process, means it follows a procedure. Writing basically follows a proper procedure. There are step by step. When I will discuss about types of writing and importance of writing, you will understand what is procedure, what I'm talking about. There are various methodologies, there are various procedures, grammar, everything is involved with writing. So it has a process, okay? And writing involves not only process, writing also, it is also a product. Your ultimate end result will be the product that you achieve, that you get, that you bring out from your writing skill. Let us think about, I'm sure all of you have heard this in your school life. All of you must have heard about Rabindranath Tagore. I'm sure you must have heard about Tagore, and you also know that he is the first, he is the first Bengali Nobel laureate. He is the first person hailing from Bengal who got the Nobel Prize. Rather, I think the first Indian, you can say as well. So Rabindranath,
in literature.
Yes, in literature, right. Rabindranath Tagore, why did he get that? He got it from Gitanjali. All of you know that? Those who have known Bengali literature, most of you have known it. Now, Gitanjali, what is Gitanjali? Gitanjali is nothing but a collection of various poems and songs, okay? Gitanjali is a collection, and it's a huge collection by Tagore. Tagore did not write Gitanjali waking up one fine morning. He did not finish the whole text. He did not do that, okay? It took years after years. And within those years, within those span of life, Tagore met with various ups and downs in his life. If you ever read about the life of Rabindranath Tagore in Google, if you those who want in your leisure time, you can surely do that. You will see he met with various ups and downs. He lost his son. His son died. At one point in time, his wife even died. There were like various ups and downs. He lost a lot of near and dear ones. He lost them to death. So Tagore, why did exactly Tagore evolve? Why did his writings evolve? Because he never took death as a negative aspect. He always, through his writing, he always tried to make the reader feel that within every negativity there is a positivity. That is where, like, that is the reason why Tagore is considered to be one of the greatest poets of his era. Okay, so he is definitely looked up to because he basically made human beings realize that a person, no matter how much loss you can get in your life, still you should be hopeful, you should believe, and you should proceed and you should go ahead. There are various types of writings in Gitanjali, because of which he won that Nobel Prize for Literature. Now, why am I giving you this example of Nobel laureate Tagore or Gitanjali? Because I want you people to understand this concept of product. Now, basically, when Tagore wrote Gitanjali, he used various processes of writing. That process included various methods of sonnet. That process, he used various methods of songwriting. Okay, so he used, there's a language he used, even Maithili language to some extent. If you read or if you hear any song of Bhanu Singh Padavali, there's something he has written that it is basically Krishna, talks about Krishna. So, but in a very beautiful, it is not exact Bengali he has used there. So he has also introduced languages in Bengali language. He used it to make it more comprehensible, more beautified. So product should be beautiful. My aim to make you understand or give you example of Gitanjali is nothing but to make you understand that whatever you create as a writer, whatever you plan as a writer, whatever you draft as a writer, whatever you revise as a writer, ultimate end result is when you are publishing it. Publishing does not mean going to Anand the book stall and going to Anand publisher and asking them to publish your book. I'm not talking about that publishing. When you are presenting your writing to someone, be it your teacher, be it your lab, I can even talk about your lab file. Whatever you are presenting, whatever you have written, that product should be readable, that product should be beautiful, that product should have the qualities that writing skill should have. The word skill is associated with this topic of lab just because of the reason that we want to people to realize that only writing or fidgeting or jotting is not only writing. Writing involves processes, writing involves expression, writing involves motto to impress, writing is a mental and physical act, and the end result, the product should be a beautiful one. This is what is writing skill, basically introduction and the full definition along with that is called writing skill. Okay. Now, I'm thinking of one thing. Characteristics of writing consist of 7 points. Okay. What I will do is I will send you the characteristics of writing skill. As a PDF, I will send you that. Okay. Because now I hope all of you understood what is writing skill. Did you all understand? Is there any doubt regarding what I explained after that? Is there any doubt about understanding what is writing skill? Is there anyone who is having doubt, or is there anyone who did not understand writing skill, concept and definition of writing skill? Is there anyone who did not understand? Did you all understand it or you did not? Say something, yes, no, maybe.
Yes, I understand.
Understand. So now the thing is that what I will do is since already I have explained you the major portion, what is writing skill, major part of writing skill definition. I will first of all next week I will do the characteristics of good writing skill. Okay. Now I will explain you the characteristics of good writing skill, but before that I will send you the PDF with the notes of characteristics of good writing. Before my class next week, when I will come next week, I will start with characteristics of good writing. Along with that, I will also discuss about style of writing, okay, and importance of writing. So all of you will go through the characteristics the notes which I will send you. No need to learn it, but all of you will have to read it and go through it once, so that when I will discuss and when I will explain you will be able to understand it. First of all, that, and we will proceed further with the writing stage along with it. Okay. So this. Is there any doubt? Anyone have any doubt right now, or shall we end the class? Is there any doubt that you people have?
No doubts, ma'am.
No,
No
ma'am.
doubt.
No doubt.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then next week
ma'am.
we will meet again. Okay. Till then, all of you stay safe and
Thank
study.
you, ma'am.
Don't waste your time. Study. Do some fruitful work. Okay. To everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Same to you, ma'am.
Hello.
Same to you.